Pozzo is a real big, theatrical, pompous, manipulative hypomaniac. That's a word that Beckett uses to describe Pozzo.
And Lucky pretty much says nothing for the entire play, apart from one giant nonsense monologue, which has been a little difficult to get into the head.
I guess with my process I always start with the voice and the text, how the character speaks, how the character breathes. I find that really important in the process. Where they breathe from, do they breathe right down into their belly or right up into their chest? And voice, how they stress, how they talk, their accent, who they're talking to. I find all of that really important for me as a starting point, and then I find the physicality comes after that.
With playing Lucky and doing a Beckett play, I think I've found this requires a lot of attention to the language. So, you know, I've been looking at the dictionary a lot just to find out what some of the words mean, and then, you know, just spending a lot of time actually putting the language together to tell a coherent story.
I think the biggest challenge for me in working on a Beckett play was, what does it all mean? It's on the first read it's so confusing, and then further reads it becomes even more confusing. But I think to counter that, you really just have to play the scene, play the action in the scene, play it as simply as you can. Let the audience make their own interpretation.
One of the challenges I was surprised to find, because often when I work on a play, it's a nice escape from problems in my life and I can focus on something, and that's good. But this, because the play's subject matter actually is looking at life, and a lot of the time it's sort of saying it's meaningless and we're filling it with stuff to entertain us until we die. It's very sobering, but I think that's good. It's good for the play to make you look at your own life and think about how you live, and hopefully feel growth as a result.
What I found is reading it, you know, like I understood some things, but then hearing it, you know, it made so many more things clearer, and then getting it up on its feet, it just kept adding more dimensions to it. I found. Yeah.
I heard someone say once that acting is the physicalization of imagination. I feel like you can't fully know what a play is capable of until you're up. So the discussion that goes around the table in the first week continues, but it's fleshed out on the floor, and you do that for another 2 weeks, and then you get all the technical elements like lights and stage in.
Yeah, so the fourth week is normally sort of production week, and that's when, yeah, we get into the theatre and all the lights. We have our costumes by then, all the makeup. Everything just starts to come together until our opening night.